All right, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with the fire. All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Captain Jeeb. We are gonna go ahead and do episode number two of what is this? Of our pilot's career in Air Malta. I was already looking at some of the dynamics of the program, and I cannot apply to another job until 7 days after I started this. So I started this Friday, so I can't apply to another job till Friday, which means that gives us a week, give or take, to kind of build up hours and get ourselves a reputable reputation. So that way we can move on to our next airline back to America, hopefully, is the goal. If not America, maybe we can try one in Mexico. I think there's one in Costa Rica as well. Avianca, I think they're hiring low-time pilots, so there's a possibility that if we don't get one in America, we'll try to go to one over there. I'd like to keep things in North America, but I'm having fun as well flying here in Europe. So today we have a leg over from Rome to Malta, and then the schedule also wants us to go back to Rome and then back to Malta again. And then it also wants us to go to Catania Island. I hope I pronounced that right. That's even shorter of a flight. I think that's probably not going to take more than 30 minutes, honestly, to fly over there. Wants us to fly over there and then back to Malta. So, I want to kind of reach Catania Island because there is a really cool volcano that seems to be active over there, and should be interesting to see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start flight planning our flight and start getting this thing going. Our departure time here is in 40 minutes. As you can see, our beautiful Air Malta A320 there, ready to go. They just finished doing some services with the bathrooms and the water. So let's go ahead and climb into the airplane. Let's go ahead and get past these people and go up the escalator here. These stairs are really steep. Alright, we're in gate 304. I don't know how that applies to the letters here. But I don't even know if this is accurate, to be honest. Look at the beautiful mountainscapes in the back. Those engine sounds are really good. Sounds amazing, honestly. The Air Italia is leaving. Alright. There's our gate. Air Malta. Beautiful. I don't mind. It's very simple, the airplane livery, but it's also very sleek and nice. I like it. I like the LG monitors right here. That's pretty funny. Pretty cool. Let's see. So obviously, we're gonna not have real textures going into the airplane here, but we'll go into the jetway, kind of simulate it a little bit. Cool. Look at that. You can see our airplane is, the cabin is very minimal. It's a low cost carrier, so there's very little design input into this airplane here. They probably have like the basic safety cars, which I don't think they have it designed right now. So I think whoever created this livery, there's not that many liveries for this airline, so kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. Cool. First officer should be yep, he's already here. Cool. Hey, how's it going? I didn't even catch your name. We flew yesterday. I didn't even catch your name. What was your name again? I'm sorry, say again. Henry Dixon. Okay. They also hired you from America? Okay, cool. Yeah. I guess they needed pilots, and they're willing to pay good. So let's go ahead and start planning our flight plan. And we'll get a move on. I think what I need to do is change the time to I want it to be 3 o'clock my time, but I need to put it 3 o'clock on the sim brief as well. That way, I mean, yesterday we didn't have an issue with that. Right now, what's the time it says? Because right now sim time, it is saying 13:11. Should I change it? Because I don't know what the local time is right now over there. Or what 3 o'clock is in UTC. We'll leave it for now. And we'll try to make note of that on the next flight plan. Cool. So, for our flight over to Malta today, we're carrying 147 passengers, 4,660 pounds in the cargo. We're loading up a block fuel of 20,962 pounds with a min fuel for takeoff 18,451 pounds. As we saw yesterday coming in, taxi is a little bit long. However, we might expect runway 25 for departure. We'll see what the winds are doing. Estimated time around, it's about 59 minutes, so a pretty short flight. I think we might have a tailwind, considering that it is a shorter flight than last time. Yesterday it took about an hour and 30 minutes. So yeah. Departure time here is at 3:45, so in the next 35 minutes. And then we'll arrive around 5:25 Eastern Standard Time. And then, cool, our alternate's going to be this airport apparently. So if anything happens and we need to divert from Malta, we have to come back to Rome pretty much, which is interesting, but sure. Target landing window is 2102, which is about 502 and then 512. So that we want to be wheels on the ground back in Malta at that time, because then we got to pick up the next set of passengers back to Rome. Winds are coming out from the west, or more from the west there. We'll be climbing up to 33,000 feet. Let me go ahead and put that in here. 33,000. And sorry, I'm doing a couple things here. And we don't have a gate yet over there. It's not really a gate, more like just a parking spot. 5 on the cost index, taking 20 minutes of taxi fuel, which will probably eat up a little bit of that when we're taxiing out of Rome here. And then trip over to Malta, 59 minutes. Alternate back to Rome is an hour and 19 minutes. That's really funny. We're taking more fuel for our alternate than an actual trip. But reserve fuel 45 minutes, and then we got 20 and we got 40 minutes for contingency. So good amount of fuel there. We have 40 minutes of delay fuel, like we talked about, 15 minutes or 15,000 feet clean. All right, we'll take out out of Rome, doing the ROT 8 Bravo departure. We'll look at that in a little bit, and then we'll come into Malta. Probably just go direct to an approach there. We'll see what the radar control gives us. All right, looking at the NOTAMs, I don't see anything crazy. Yeah, nothing for NOTAMs here at Rome. Okay, I guess that's everything. I didn't see anything from Malta either. Um, no maintenance items on this aircraft, so that's good. Destination weather. Oh man, perfect weather today. Clear. Ceilings and visibility is okay, which means perfect weather, pretty much. 19 on the temperature, QNH 1019. Same for our forecast, so it's pretty much going to be like that all day. And same for over here at Rome. We got winds 190 at 6, good visibility and ceilings, and 1017. For the forecast, however, it does say from, what is that, 0400 to 06. Wind's going to be 160 at 16, gusting 26 here soon, and then some showers. So there's a possibility when we come back to Rome that we might experience some high winds and maybe even some showers. Anyways, again, map's looking good. We got winds coming out from the west, so we'll have a slight tailwind as we get closer to our descent, but for the majority it will be a crosswind. All right, let's start setting up.
Roger.
Excuse me. Yeah, we're looking really good on the weather today. So, and they're gonna look like it's we're landing runway 13, which is perfect, even more perfect. This might be the most perfect flight, knock on wood. We'll come in and land runway 13, and then we'll get off the high-speed exit at Delta and Tango, and then our gate will be right there. So a super short taxi compared to yesterday's landing. No arrivals. Well, they do have an ILS, so we'll plan on doing the ILS. It looks like it starts off at Gozo for some reason. No, we're clear to Gozo from there, but we'll just go to the final approach. Docks and then Nabin. Cool, pretty simple approach. 109.7 on the frequency, and missed approach climb on track 132, which is pretty much straight out to 3000, and then continue as directed. So they'll give us some instructions. Minimums is 455 feet. Yeah, minimum safe altitude is pretty good right now. It's 1800 from the direction we're coming from. So, pretty easy approach. Looking forward for this flight. So let's go ahead and start planning our computer. So far I'm liking this a little bit more because I don't know why the performance is so much better here in Europe than it is in America. Probably because I have so much junk loaded in America. But, I mean, this airport's pretty big. So, it's not giving me as many issues. Yesterday it was a little laggy, just a tiny bit. But it was still smooth. It wasn't like stuttering like it usually does. Alright, nav is set. Set that to captain. Ground control. Cockpit voice recorder test. Listen for the boop. Crew supply oxygen is turned on. Nav light can come on. This can come on. That can come on. Test our enunciators. Good. And ditching is good. That's on auto. This is on auto. That's looking good. Alright. Go ahead and turn that on. And batteries are being charged. Fuel pumps can remain off. At the moment, I did not do something important. I gotta load the aircraft. There we go. If not, we're never gonna get our fuel, and that'll be a bad time. Remember, we are being graded, so we need to be on time with everything. Thankfully, we're not taking that much fuel, so it shouldn't take too long to load it up. Engine 1. Engine number 2. And like I mentioned a little while back, I think, um, fuel and boarding does not go together because you cannot fuel the airplane while there's passengers on board, because in case of a fire or an explosion or something like that, it's better to not kill a bunch of people, right? So yeah, you cannot board, you cannot refuel the airplane when there's people on board. So that's why you have to be cautious of when you start your fueling. Alright, this is all good. And checking our departure plate, we'll just look at the top altitude. Just looks like maybe 3,000. Okay. And that's good for now. We'll set this into that, and we'll put QNH 1019, I believe, 17. Alright, that's all good. Let's check our systems. Oil quantity is looking good. Temperatures in the green. Bleed air. Good pressure. Landing is on auto. Electrical batteries are being charged. Hydraulic systems are looking good. Fuel quantity is, right now it's not loaded but balanced at the moment. APU is good. Air conditioning, it's 93 degrees inside my flight deck. Let's turn on that air. Doors are good. Wheels, brake temperatures, pressures in the tires are looking good. And good. Radar is turned off, throttle set to idle, engine cut off norm, spoilers, retracted flaps are matching the indication, transponder is off, and parking brake is set. Circuit breakers are looking excellent. We got our emergency equipment, and we'll test our oxygen supply. Excellent, good oxygen. And let's go ahead and start programming our make do. Valid database. Let's go ahead and enter request. Rome to Malta. We are AMC 615 today. Air Malta 615. Cost index is 5, and we're climbing up to 33. Outside air temperature is a warm 20 degrees Celsius. We'll go ahead and request our winds. And we'll go ahead and plan our departure here. It looks like the winds are shifting over at Malta, so we might expect to use the other runway. We'll see what ATC gives us. Right now we can expect to use runway 25 for departure, so let's go ahead and put that in there. And we are doing the SOSA 5 Alpha departure. What? Is that the same thing? What did I file? I filed the ROT 8B departure. What is this? Oh, that's a transition. What the heck, dude? What are they doing over there? Rotuna 8 Alpha. So they don't have that. It's the SOSA 5 Alpha, right? We're going to Exibri. No. Dude, what the heck is this departure plate right now? So, the SOSA 5 Alpha, SOSA 5D. I'm gonna put down what I have here, and let's see what it gives me. It should be the, what the heck, dude, the ROT 8B, yes. So, let me see. Now, we should be, let me see what my iPad is giving me. Yeah, okay. Should be the RF 777, and then 780, what? 786, and then SOSAC, and then Torili, Conut, and then PPEX, Rotune. Alright, and then Doras, Wuron, and then Oloku, Madron, and then Ecola, and then the Gazo VOR, and then we'll come in and then do the arrival. And right now we're planning on ILS 13. No approach via. We should just come directly to NEDOX and then NEBEN. Sweet. Hey Logan, welcome to the chat. Welcome to our flight. Cool. Well, we're gonna have to talk to ATC, see what they give us. But for right now, that's what we're gonna do. Let's listen to our ATIS. Actually, let's go, before we do our performance, let's listen to ATIS, see what kind of departure they'll give us. How's your Saturday been going? We're gonna start boarding here soon, so let's make sure we have our fuel, which looks like we do. Let's double check our number. 2962, perfect. Let's go ahead and turn that on.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice. Multitasking, I see. A man of many skills. Okay, so let's contact Roma Clearance or fuel delivery. The frequency from 0700 to 2300 is 121.8, so let's go ahead and tune that in. And go ahead and request IFR clearance, Mr. FO.
Air Malta 615, ready for airways to Lucca Airport.
Air Malta 615, fuel delivery, expect runway 25, SOSAC 5 Alpha departure. 1164.
SOSAC 5 Alpha departure. Squawk 1164. Air Malta 615.
Okay. 11.
Air Malta 615, read back correct. Contact ground 122.125 when ready for push or start.
Ground 122.125 when ready. Air Malta 615.
Okay, cool. So we got the same departure. We're going to expect runway 25 already. We're looking good. Passengers are getting on board now. So we're runway 25, dry, flaps optimal, force yoga no, anti-ice off, packs on, and we'll go ahead and turn that on. Runway 25 has a tailwind now. What is with those winds? They're shifting like crazy. Takeoff weight's 148.1. Perfect. Altimeter at 30. 03, there we go. Cool. 148, 148, 150. Flaps up. Flaps 1 up 0.3. Flex takeoff 62 degrees. There's plenty of runway on this airport, so 10,466 feet. Cool. That's all looking good there. Fuel prediction will come out later. We don't need a radio nav, and then let's go ahead and put in our return back to here because this is our alternate anyway. So custom thanks for the 5 here. Alright. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
20,960 pounds.
Seat.
On.
ADIRS.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
1017 set.
1017. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Alright. Are you ready for the departure briefing? Are you ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Alright. Again, we are at gate 304. We'll expect a taxi to runway 25. It's be a little bit of a taxi. Probably get November Golf, maybe November, then down to Bravo, and then Bravo Alpha. Again, it's going to be a long, well, it's not long, but it's just going to be a lot of taxiway clearances, so we just got to pay attention to that. Hotspot 5 and hotspot 3, maybe even hotspot 1 will be along our route there, so we have to pay high attention there with all the taxiway intersections and runway crossings. 10,466 feet of runway available for us. We have our performance of V1 148 for any engine failure prior to that. We'll abort takeoff, full power to idle. We'll rotate. We'll continue takeoff after 48 V1, and then rotate at 148. V2 climb out at 150. Transition altitude is 6,000, and our flex takeoff temperature is 62. We'll do flaps 1 up 0.3. This will be a left-hand seat takeoff. For any failures or engine emergencies, I'll be taking control of the aircraft. We'll be doing the SOSAC 5 Alpha departure. Pretty much we'll fly straight out. We'll do max 250 knots until crossing 10,000. And ATC removes a limitation of that phrase of our max speed by saying no ATC restriction on speed. So we'll pay attention to that. We'll pretty much fly straight, and then at RF 777, we'll go max 200 knots. There we go, max 200 knots, and then we'll turn left to 786 at 200 knots as well, and then SOSAC at 3,000. We'll maintain 250 until 10,000. Cool. Weather's pretty good. Ceiling and visibility are great. Winds are coming in from the, let's see, it just changed on me, so let's see what it's saying now. 110 at 3, so we might expect a tailwind, but we'll see what happens. Right now it looks like the clouds are starting to form, and that showers might be coming up here soon by the time we get back, but that's a problem for later. All right. Really, the only issue for today's flight is going to be complacency, like yesterday. Gotta make sure we're on top of our checklist and safety. So, without further ado, do you have any questions? Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Great.
With Malta 16 X-ray November, gate 302 taxi via Alpha Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Bravo Tango, Hotel, Delta, Golf, November Golf.
Jeez.
Gate 302 via Alpha Golf, Alpha, Bravo, Bravo Tango, Hotel Delta Golf, November Golf, this Malta 16 X-ray November.
Ugh. Starting to get hungry.
Good afternoon.
Arrow 204, gate 614, request pushback.
Hello.
Arrow 204, Puma ground, pushback approved. Face north. Pushback and engine start approved, face north, Arrow 204.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This way, please. This way.
Do I have... Let me see here. Oh, no. I have the wrong... Oh, man. That's a big no-no. So we got clear on the SOSA 5 Alpha, but we have a SOSA 5D in there. Oof. That's a big no-no right there. Alright, runway 25, and then we're going to do the SOSA 5 Alpha with the Latte Bravo. Good. Now that should look a little bit different now. There we go. That's the right one.
Welcome on board.
That's how you get in trouble. You can see how simple it is to overlook something like that.
Hello.
And yeah, that's how you get a pilot deviation right there. Good thing I caught that.
Hello.
Arrow 204, request taxi to the active.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Arrow 204.
Okay, thanks.
Runway 25.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Romeo, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. Runway 25 taxi via Charlie Foxtrot. Romeo, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. Itaro 204.
Welcome on board. Hello.
Oh, we're done. Cool. We're departing in 5 minutes, so yeah, let's get a move on. All right. Alright, let me double check these numbers. Zero fuel weight. We're actually going. Oh, we're good. So a little 100 pounds over, but it's not too bad. Alright. Let the cabin crew know.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we clear to close?
Sweet. Yep, clear to close.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright. Let's go ahead and make our passenger call. And ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you on board today's Air Malta Flight 615 service to Malta. My name is Captain Gio. Alongside with me is First Officer Henry. We'd like to welcome you on board on behalf of our flight crew. We do have a bit of a full cabin today, so we do ask that you help prepare the cabin for departure by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. Looking like a pretty smooth flight today. We got about 59-minute flight over to Malta, and we're climbing up to about 33,000 feet today. Winds are coming out from the southwest, or excuse me, from the west, and we should get you there in about 5:25. We do ask that you do remain seated when the seatbelt signs are turned off, and keep your seatbelts fastened, as we could expect unexpected turbulence throughout that flight. Flight attendants will be making their way around the cabin to verify the security of the aircraft, and we'll be pushing back here in the next couple minutes. Please sit back, relax, enjoy the flight. Flight attendants, please prepare cabin for departure, arm doors, and cross-check standby for the all-call. Alright. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Set and checked. Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 148, VR 148, V2 150, flaps 1 up 0.3, flex takeoff temperature 62 degrees. Set and checked.
V1 148, VR 148, V2 150, flex temp 62 degrees.
Okay, set and checked.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Yeah, those clouds are starting to form now.
IVAS pin inserted.
Alright, let them know that we're ready for push and start.
Air Malta 615 at gate 304, request pushback and engine start.
Air Malta 615, Fiume ground, pushback approved, face northeast.
Pushback approved, base northeast, Air Malta 615.
Locking gear.
We're right on time. Sweet. Nose left.
Release backing brakes.
Brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright.
Itaro 060 at ramp 223, request pushback and engine start. Itaro 060,
Starting engine 2.
Fiume ground,
Okay.
pushback approved, face east. Pushback approved, face east. Itaro 060.
Ryanair 640 kilo, ready to taxi to the active.
Ryanair 640 kilo, runway 25 taxi via Golf, November Golf, November. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Runway 25 taxi via Golf. November Golf, November. Bravo, bravo, bravo. Ryanair
Iberia 32 Delta Yankee at gate 311. Request pushback and engine start. Iberia 32 Delta Yankee, fuel ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast.
Okay, starting engine 1.
Okay.
Pushback approved. Face northeast. Iberia 32 Delta Yankee. Emirates 32 Lima Super. Gate 607. Request pushback. Emirates 32 Lima Super. Fuel ground.
Super.
Approved. Face
Oh, I wonder if we're going to see the A380 taxing.
Set parking brakes.
Brake set.
Italo 060 request taxi. Italo 060 runway 25 taxi via Echo Delta, Echo Foxtrot, Echo Golf, Echo Alpha, November, Bravo.
Unlocking gear.
Runway 25 taxi via Echo Delta, Echo Foxtrot, Echo Golf, Echo Alpha, November, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo. Italo 060.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright. After
Ready.
start checklist. He's got the pin.
Anti-ice.
Off.
ECAM status.
Iberia 32 Delta Yankee request
Checked.
Iberia
Checked.
32 Delta Yankee.
Pitch trim.
Runway 25 taxi via Echo Golf, Golf, November, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
0.3% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up. Full down.
640 kilo, contact
Neutral.
Tower 127
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Ryanair 5 Uniform Yankee, ramp 314 taxi via Delta Hotel, Delta.
Clear left side.
November, Echo.
Clear right side.
Brakes released. Brake check. Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Alright.
Emirates 32
Taxi checklist.
runway 16 right taxi via Mike, Alpha, Alpha, Alpha.
Flight controls.
Short runway 25.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
Taxi checklist completed. Pressure 0.
Go ahead.
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Excellent. Thanks. Let him know we're ready for taxi.
Italo 060, contact fuel tower 127.625. Have a good afternoon. Over to tower 127.625. Italo 060. Have a good afternoon. Alpine for 3 Golf X-ray. Fuel ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northeast. Alpine for 3 Golf X-ray.
Air Malta 615. Request taxi to the active.
Air Malta 615.
Alright. So Hotel November Golf, November Bravo. So we're on Hotel. November Golf is just up ahead. And then he wants us November Bravo and then Bravo Bravo. Okay, cool. So it's just pretty much straight ahead where that Iberia is to go on. Alright, let's go. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Cool. Let's head out. See you in a couple hours, Rome. Today we're gonna do multiple legs, man. These flights are short, so there's no excuses.
Iberia 32 Delta Yankee. Contact Zero
It's a busy airport right now. We do have the Emirates Super that's going to be coming up to our left here, and an Aero Mexico, I believe. We should be able to see them. I don't know if I think we might be able to go before them. Here's November Golf. But they might be taking off the other runway, to be honest. It's a longer runway. Yeah, looks like those clouds are starting to build up. Definitely indicate some showers when we come back, for sure. Just continue here on November Golf. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
And then we'll turn right onto Bravo. Flight attendant seats for land or takeoff, please. Ready?
Ready.
Cool. Bravo is just the next left here. We got a bit of a tailwind here. Shouldn't be too bad though. Doesn't seem to be moving that much, just like maybe less than 5 knots. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Contact Tower 127.625, your Malta 615, bye-bye.
Tower Air Malta 615, holding short runway 25, ready for departure.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff. Air Malta 615.
Cool. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Runway entry procedure. Let's get that power in. Let's go.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach
Checked.
path clear of traffic.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Runway 25 confirmed. Runway
Runway 25 confirmed. TCAS.
TARA.
Approaching 2
TARA.
5. Approaching
Damn.
2 5.
Set and checked.
On runway 2 5.
Shut up. TARA. Set and checked. Set and checked. Oh my gosh. Let me turn this down. Maybe it's picking up too much feedback. TARA. Set and checked. Oh my gosh, dude. You are really getting on my nerves. Set and checked.
Tax 1 and 2.
On.
Lineup checklist completed.
Cool. Takeoff. Takeoff.
Check.
Takeoff.
Check.
50%. Man flex 62 degrees, SRS, runway, auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
Excellent. That tailwind.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. To go.
Check press climb, climb nav. Set altitude 16,000.
Set.
Set altitude 16,000. Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0. Radar cross-checked. Passing flight level. 068. Now.
Checked. There's another plane on the same departure right there. Make sure we don't cross paths here. That would be a bad day. I think that's the Emirates. Passing 10,000 feet. Lights are off.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
No, 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 no. Yours. No, stop. Cancel. Oh my gosh. Stop what you're doing. Oh my gosh. We're gonna ignore that happened, okay? Because I'm not about to divert back to Rome because you oversped the flaps. In reality, in a real life scenario, I would have to turn back right now. Oh my gosh. Alright, autopilot 1 on. Autopilot 1 on. Thank you. I cannot believe that just happened. This guy almost literally broke the wings off the airplane. Bro does not want to go to Malta. Looks like we're getting through some clouds right now. I love the clouds right now. They're so pretty. That's wild, dude. Alright, how's our arrival time? We get there at 15:04. Our wheels down time is expected to be at 15:02 pretty much. The timing is a little different. The next flight I had to plan it for this time. Right now it's 15:04. Actually, it's 13 hours behind us. So that actually works out pretty well. Okay, cool. Yeah, so my next flight plan I had to put in this time into some brief into the flight plan, so that way it matches. But yeah, we are looking like right on time, looking pretty good. Get there around 5:04, and then it'll probably be even a very short taxi into the gate. So when I say short, I mean like literally less than a minute, probably be a couple seconds to get to the gate. Ah, well, I bet just fell. All right. Yeah, and then we'll get to the gate, deboard all these people, and then we'll make our way. I believe our next flight is back to Rome. Unfortunately, I want to go to the new airport, Catania, but we had to follow the schedule. So right now we're doing this flight. We go to Rome, and then we go back to Malta. So that'll probably be another like 2 hours. And then we have to make sure we're keeping track of our duty time as well, so we can't fly more than 14. We can't be on duty more than 14 hours. So we have to make sure we're keeping track of that. And then from Malta we go to Catania, which is the one I'm looking forward to. And I think once we go to Catania, we'll probably call it a day there. That'll probably be at my duty time. If not, we'll see what that time is, and we'll see if we can go back to Malta. Yeah, but the goal is to get this schedule completed. I can, so I'm gonna put my screen up on here. So I can't fly. I can't skip 5 flights, it looks like. I think I have to buy more if I want to do that, so we should use that wisely. But, I mean, the schedule isn't too bad. Look at this departure time now. Oh. Okay, so look at these times. So basically, we're doing this one right now, and we're supposed to end at 11:40. I wonder if this is local time. We're not going to take these times too seriously, but it would be really cool during the summer, maybe when I'm off, to actually comply with these times, like make it departure time is 6:40, and then it looks like we're doing this one right now, and then supposedly we're supposed to do another flight at 22, so we have like a whole, it's almost like a 10-hour rest period right there, and then go to Malta at 2200, and then arrive there at 2340. Then we show up the next day at 2055 and arrive at 2140 at Catania. Then we depart again at 6:30 back to Malta, and then the next day it looks like it wants a 6:45 Malta to Rome, and then Rome at 2000. That schedule sucks, dude. It's not really consistent, but we'll just make this like a 3-day trip. Right now we're on day 2. The goal is to finish at Catania today, get our hotel at Catania, and then fly it back to Malta, and then do the rest of the flight. See what else is on there. We got the shop. So apparently I can invest in one of these, and then it will help make more money. So if I build up enough money, right now we're at $2,500. So we're broke right now. But if we manage, like look how crazy this is. This is real life currency, like currency too, because this is $150,000 to buy real estate. But then now give me plus 15% on all my money. I could also invest in some of this here too. So, which I actually might consider doing, because I have $2,500, and the more XP we get, the faster we can get to a senior first officer position, and that'll help us to go to another airline or something like that. So we can't afford this, because then the other thing we can spend money on is where is it? Oh, this plus 50%. Dude, that would be wild, dude. You get paid 150% or 150, yeah. It costs $500,000. No, that's not what I want. Where is dashboard, maybe? And where do I see the licenses? Inventory, maybe? Aircraft license. There we go. I mean, right now we only own the A320, and that's really the only thing I fly. We could buy the Boeing 777, and that's at 4,000. So that'd be really good when we actually. This would be more ideal when we go into the bigger airline. My goal is to get to American, and there we can do actual like long haul flights. But for now, we don't have that. We do have the CRJ, so we could plan on using that too. We can do Endeavor or something like that. Oh, there's a Cessna too. Oh, that'd be sick. I don't think there's that many people that fly the Cessna. Oh, you got people. What, dude? Dude, we can do Cape Air flights. Where are they at? I think they're over in, yeah, they're over in Puerto Rico, man. Or more. Dude, this will be legit, dude. They fly the Cessna 402. What is this, PC-12, maybe? They don't necessarily fly the Cessna, but they fly the Cessna 408 or 402, maybe, I don't even know. Morningstar Air Express. They're over in Canada. They fly the 208. That'd be pretty cool. West Air. They fly on the West Coast, and they fly the 208 too. That'd be pretty cool too. But I don't know. They fly in New Zealand. They fly the PC-12. That is cool. So yeah, we can. Goal is maybe to buy the Boeing 777 license, but we have plenty of time to get that, considering how slow this thing moves. Let's turn off the seatbelt signs, and we'll give them an update once we're actually closer. Where's my flight plan taking me? We should be going direct to Doras. And then, so yeah, can I buy this now, or do I have to wait? This is situational awareness. This is the same thing. I care more about situational awareness, I guess. So now we're broke. We should be broke as heck. Yeah, we're at $0 now. But we don't plan on purchasing anything for a while now, so that way we can get the plus 25% on our flight now. Plus 0.25, that's barely anything. Cool.
To go.
I'll be right back. And we're coming up to our top of descent here. Start getting ready for our descent. So go here, and then we're gonna go to our destination data. Actually, we want this 15.1. Oh, 42.8. Expect the radar vectors for the ILS.
Expect radar vectors and ILS
Runway
runway 31.
31.
Air Malta 615, request approach change.
Okay. Why do they insist on giving us a tailwind? Same thing was leaving Rome.
Air Malta 615, request arrival runway change.
Oh my gosh. We're using runway 13 because that's what the headwind is giving us, so we're gonna follow that. This is really annoying me right now. Alright. We're gonna expect the ILS 31 then. It's a 4-knot tailwind, but okay. And ladies and gentlemen, you've noticed that the seatbelts have turned on. We have begun our final descent, initial descent into Malta. We're looking at getting there in the next 25 minutes or so. You can help by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts as soon as you can. We'll be on the ground here shortly. Flight attendants, please clear the cabin for arrival. ILS 31. No, we're descending. I'm sorry. I'm not climbing, bro.
Roger. Climb to flight level 330, Air Malta 615.
You got me late on my descent. Yeah, we need to, so we're calling ready for descent.
615. Approaching the top, descent ready for landing. Air Malta 615.
Okay, so with this approach, we got 110.5 on the radio frequency, and then 311. Glide slope intercept altitude is 1561. Okay. Decision altitude is 431. I'm on track 312 to the goes WR and 3000. Okay, pretty simple as like last time, so looking pretty good. CDOC SoCal 3000, and then there we go, this approach, excellent. Performance is looking alright. Gotta put in, we're putting one in here. Awesome.
Descend to flight level 160, Air Malta 615.
Alright, so right now the simulator time is 14:45, so that's the time we want to use for the new flight. So we're going, our schedule says that we are going to going back to Rome now, and we are Air Malta 612. So get there at 1500. So let's make the departure time 1600. Be right back. 5,000.
Contact Malta Control 122.775. Air Malta 615, have a good afternoon. Malta Control, Air Malta 615, flight level 157.
I wish we could have gotten runway 13. I don't know why they can't just switch the runways. It's a headwind. It's better to land with the headwind. So this, hopefully we can get off on, I don't know. Hopefully we can get off on Echo. If not, then that would suck, because then we would have to get off on Hotel Sierra, backtrack. We'll probably have to wait for the Wizz Air that's coming behind us. Backtrack and then get onto Foxtrot back to the gate. Yeah, that would suck. I don't know why they can't just connect this. Why they can't just connect this taxiway here for some reason, but I'm not the airport developers, so I can't make that decision. So I mean, hopefully I'm gonna use medium on our brakes. It should be fine with our brakes. We just don't want to overheat our brakes, because then we have to wait for that to cool off to take off, and then that will delay us. So that would not be good either. So we'll try to get off an Echo, and considering our takeoff, our landing distance, 6,000 feet. If we land on that, we could. It'll be tight. It'll be really tight. But maybe we can even get off of Foxtrot. If we can get off Foxtrot, that'd be great. Flight attendant seats for landing, please. You know what's crazy? I'm like looking through YouTube, and there's like a couple of other streamers that do the exact same things I do. Well, not the exact same thing. But they do flights on Flight Sim, and they have hundreds of viewers. However, I need more. Oh, is this the race you're looking at? The 2025 IMSA Wheeling Mazda MX-5 Cup at Barber Motorsports Park? Is that the one you're watching, Logan? The Mazda MX Cup. It is that race. It's pretty cool. MX-5 Cup. Oh, #1 Gonzalez. Gonzalez is in the lead of that race. I'm driving the MX-5 Cup right now. Number 97.
Cabin crew must now be
Oh, you're watching F1 qualifying. Where do you watch that on? Is it on ESPN or something? There's our field. You know, it'd be really cool if like the first officer couldn't fly the airplane. I think there is like an AI co-pilot. I don't know how it works, but like the AI can actually fly the plane, and it'd be cool if I can do like the radio calls and then adjusting the switches and the gear, kind of like being the pilot monitoring. That's how it is in the real world. Like they switch off. Daniel is in the chat. What's up, dude? Oh, F1 TV, gotcha. You're tuning in, Daniel. We are on our day 2 trip of Air Malta career mode. Doing the return leg to Malta now, and then we're gonna, after this, fly back to Rome, back to Malta, and then we should be doing a flight over to Catania to finish off the night. So, Catania is literally a short hop, probably less than, I'm gonna guess it's less than 30 minutes, honestly, to fly over there. So, from the library. Nice. Let's see, how long is this flight? There's no way it takes an hour and 17 minutes to go over there. I have the right airport, right? Oh yeah, okay, well, no, this is wrong. This is for Rome, this is for the next flight. That makes sense. Yeah, it shouldn't take that long to get to Catania. It's very, very close here. Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
1019 set.
1019. Set. Seatbelts.
On. Set and checked. On. Set and checked.
Minimum.
It's fine. Accidentally pressed the autopilot disconnect. 431 feet. Set and checked. Set and checked. 115. Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Set and checked. Medium, set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal. 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 Set and checked. Oh my gosh, dude. Normal.
Approach checklist
Thank
completed.
you. Thank you so much.
Turn left, 070, Air Malta 615. Turn left, heading 070, descend to 4,000 feet, Air Malta
1,000 to go.
Checked. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Malta Vassaltron. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that drink, to be honest. I know it's a very common in Puerto Rico and Cuba, but I'm not a very fan of it. Yeah, it did taste interesting. Yeah, right. 3,000.
feet, Air Malta 615.
Alright, we should be turning inbound soon. Maybe not.
Turn left, heading 315, 3,000 feet till established. Cleared ILS runway 31, Air Malta 615.
Left 315, maintain 3000, clear for the ILS. Maintain this until established on the localizer. So let's go ahead and do that. We have landing system turned on, and we'll go ahead and arm the localizer here in a little bit. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
We're just going to go ahead and configure with the flaps. I feel like they have the localizer messed up here. So let's turn inbound a little bit. We're clear for the approach, so we're just going to go ahead and intercept the localizer. I don't know why they turned me out like this. Terrible vectors. Do they have another aircraft landing before me? I think, yeah, they have the Lufthansa landing. That's why they vectored us out this far. Pretty lame. Why do they always take higher priority other aircraft? Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps
Let's go ahead and
3.
slow down for that other aircraft to land. And localizer is armed. This approach altitude is 3000. Wait, what happened? Mr. Log. I like that, Mr. Log. Flaps full.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
12 miles out from the localizer. We configured really early, but that's fine. Alright, localizer is coming alive. Current time is, we're still within our landing window, so we're okay. Our flight leaves at 1600, so localizer's captured. Lock star. And now will be localizer captured. Got a bit of a tailwind from the left here. Runway's in sight. Localizer's captured. Let's go ahead and arm the approach. Glide slope arm. One dot. And we'll go ahead and go gear down.
Gear down.
Change this. I don't want this. There we go. Alright, glide slope star. Glide slope captured. Checked.
Radar altimeter alive.
Checked. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
I'll wait for that. Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Set and checked. Landing no blue. Come on, dude. Set and checked. Civil disobedience. Landing no blue. Set and checked. He's blocking it out. Say again.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Set and checked.
Landing checklist
There we
completed.
go. Thank you so much. Look at that port. Pretty cool. Alright, 1,000 feet, stabilized. I have flight controls. We are clear to land.
1,000.
Checked.
Approaching. 3, 1.
Expect a little bit of turbulence over the thermals there of that cliff. 2 whites, 2 reds. We're trying to get this airplane landed early here so we can get
Sync
off
rate.
Foxtrot. Right, check, correcting. Sync rate check. 1 white is perfect for me. A little bit off center line, correcting. We got tailwind. So we're going to anticipate a float.
100 above. Minima.
Continue.
Light slope. 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse screen. Decel.
Checked.
70 knots.
Manual braking. Sweet. We braked fast enough to get off on Echo, so that's fantastic. No, we're going on Echo. I'm not going all the way down there.
Safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, or internet access may now be used. Please make sure you take all your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers. Do take care opening the overhead lockers as items may have moved during flight. Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our pleasure looking after you today. Our ground crew will help you complete your journey.
I don't know where these gates are, honestly. Maybe X-ray, or is this what these are? You know, we're gonna pull up over there. Clear left, front, and to the right. After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system.
Off.
After landing checklist completed.
All the way down to 86, it looks like. Digital turbulence. I'm holding my coffee cup. Actually, this is a low-cost carrier. I want your airplane mode kept on until we get to the gate, please. I'm just kidding. My excuse is that since this is a low-cost carrier, I have complete control over everything. Dang, that is really close to that plane right there, by the way. A little too close for comfort. I think we're going to be right next to the Vueling there. Let me see. Suitable parking here, maybe? Gate 6. Oh, sweet. Perfect. It showed up. Yeah, part of the agreement when you bought the tickets for Air Malta is that you no longer have any rights. And in order to save money, we're going to duct tape you to the seats instead of having seatbelts. Yeah, you're supposed to have airplane mode on, dude. It's part of the policy. It is currently 15:15 and we're supposed to get at the gate at 30, I believe. So we are on time. This is our gate right here, it looks like. Sweet. Lights can come off. Taxi light off. Thank you. Okay, brakes set. APU's on. Engine's off.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
I love the sound of the engines turn off. Sounds really cool. Alright, below 10%. Let's go ahead and turn off the beacon light. And let's go ahead and get the stairs connected. And we'll go, actually before I do my cabin call, parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Set and checked.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
Alright, great. Stairs are connected. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you to Malta. Current time is 5:17 p.m. We thank you for flying with us today. The flight attendants, the cabin is secure. You are free to commence deboarding. Alright. Since we are just parking it, we're going to leave, connect this, turn off the APU, and we'll turn off the seatbelt signs. Deboarding is commenced. Let's go ahead and open this, and then we'll get the passengers off, and then we'll load in the next flight here. 42 minutes to go. Alright, let's see how we did. Duct tape was more expensive than my ticket. That's funny. Let's go check out how we did on our flight, and then we gotta get going for the next one. Alright, flight. So we have made it on blocks. Submit flight. Yes. And then we'll go review the flight report here. And then it automatically load up the next one. Back to work. And we're gonna go back to Rome now. So let's go see how we did on that flight. Should give us a flight report now. This was 615. I got more. I got 100. What? 280. Not bad. Pretty good landing. I got 100 points on that, or 100% on that flight. So pretty good landing. Pretty good flight overall. 80 points. So that is money, money, money right there. Cool. Landing rate was 280. Let's look at the landing details. So as you can see, we came in over the threshold, over the numbers, and we landed right on the 1,000 footers, which is money right there. And then we pretty much braked and made it to Echo, which is really good. We got to see how our brakes are actually. Hopefully they're not too hot. No, they're actually in the green, so that's great. They can stay in the green for a little while. Look, let's see here. Are they? Yeah, they're getting off. Sweet. Yeah, they're in the green, so we won't turn on the brake fans just because I don't want to annoy the ground crew. I know how annoying that is. So cool. They're deboarding, and we can go ahead and start. Oh, I don't even have a window there. I'm gonna take a quick break, and we'll come back on. Hopefully, by the time they finish deboarding, we can get going on the next flight. We have 39 minutes. So hopefully, they can get off in the next 9 minutes. Yeah. Right now they're at 106. They should be able to get off. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright. How are we doing? Oh, they're done boarding. So we can go ahead and start pulling up the next flight in port. And we should be, make sure it's going well on here. Make sure we have a loaded up flight. Alright, this is connected and it's going from there to Rome. Perfect. And taking 143, flight level 340, 4,719, block fuel 1920 or 19202. We depart here and at 1600, so in 33 minutes, and we get there at. Is this local time right now? Is this what it is? It is. This is no. That's 1726. This is 1800 or 6 o'clock. So wait a second. Math. Okay. No, it is current time. So it's 5:26 now. We depart at 6 o'clock, and we get there at 7:40. So this is Eastern Standard Time. Perfect. 44 in the cost index, and then we'll talk about our route. We kind of know what the weather has been doing over here, so let's look at what the weather's doing over there. We get there at dang, I just had it too. 1740 Zulu. For our destination, so man, all the times are all messed up here. Can't even tell. Winds should be 160 at 16 probably. Well, we're still within limits, so okay. Let's go ahead and pull that up. What are you looking at, Henry? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. That's good. This is good. That's good. Put that in there. And then oxygen is still good. Nav light's still good. And turn that on. And then let's go ahead and start. Let's start setting up.
Roger.
Get the fuel going. And anti-ice is good. This is good. Batteries are still good. Yeah, we're good with that. Cool. Check our systems. Oil quantity is still good. Temperatures are still good. Bleed air is just fine at the moment. Pressure is on auto. Electrical systems, batteries are being charged by external power. Hydraulic is off. Fuels are balanced. Yeah. Oh, give me 1 second. You can do it, but I'm gonna have the microphone on. I guess not if you're, I mean, just as long as in this area. During the cruise, you know, if I'm taxiing, taking off, and landing, any operations below 1,000 feet AGL. Okay. Alright. Now that that's taken care of. Let's, do we have... No, they don't have any external air out here. We're broke, so let's go ahead and open a window. Alright. Doors are obviously open. Brake temperatures are so good. They're in the green, and we're looking good. So, let's go ahead and plug in our flight plan. I think we might getting a different runway. You might switch to runway 13. So we talked about the weather. We're looking good on weather. There is some possibility of some, what's that? Is that icing? Might be. From 10,000 to 22,000 feet, we might get some possible icing. We'll have a headwind. So, hour and 17 minute over to Rome, and then back to Malta, and then hopefully we'll finish off in Catania. So, let's go ahead and do that. Gozo 3 Alpha departure. Depending on which runway we get, it's still going to be a climb up to 25,000 or 2,500. So let's put that in there. And then we'll go direct to the Gozo VOR. Top out is actually 5,000, so we can just go ahead and put that there. Probably. Cool. And then from there we go to Sopier, Maybox, Adexi, B-roll, PNZ, NECB, and then the Latina VOR. And then right now they're using runway 16 left, kind of like what we did last night. So we'll expect that. Are they done refueling? Yes, they are. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Fuel pumps can come on. And let's go ahead and put in ILS 16 left.
Ladies and
Last time we
gentlemen,
got the one
welcome
whiskey.
on board our flight. Please place your large
And
bags
then we're
into
going to do
the
the
overhead lockers,
Latina 3
wheels
Alpha
first,
arrival.
and keep your small items under the seat in front of you. These include
We're coming
laptops,
at Exema.
handbags, duty-free and loose items of clothing. If you are seated in an emergency exit row or a front row bulkhead seat, all of your items must be placed into an overhead locker. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure an on-time departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear.
What the heck is
enabling
this?
all remaining customers to board. Your
Erase.
seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no-smoking service. Thank you for
ILS
observing
Whiskey,
this policy.
16 left. Latina 3 Alpha. Transition. Do they have one? No, they don't. We're coming at Exema. Insert. What is... Do I have the right approach plate? No, I don't. Why does Rome have a million approaches that are literally the same thing? I don't know. But we'll do that. So we got RF414, RMC, Tuvel, and then Euroxo, VACAB, 442, 443, 444, 446, 47, 48, and then Exema. And then our approach, Hermes, Rex, Suru, and then FL16 left. Alright, let's turn that music off. I'm gonna get it going. let's listen into the ATIS to see what kind of weather we have, and
Passengers bus is coming.
is your coffee duty free? Yeah, that's duty free for sure. Got you on that one. Alright, let's tune into the ATIS to see what runway they're using. .27.0. Oh meow, baby, you're literally gonna vacuum it, like. But okay. All right, fine.
070, red back, all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact to have information X-ray. Luca Airport information X-ray. 1525 Zulu, wind 165 at 3, temperature 16, dew point 09, QNH 1018, VFR conditions, landing and departing runway 31, transition level 070, red back, all hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact to have information X-ray.
That's good.
Luca Airport information X-ray. 1525 Zulu, wind 165 at 3, temperature 16.
All right, turn that off. All right, QNH 1018, transition is 7,000. So put that in there, and then we can go ahead and calculate that. Takeoff weight should be around 145.6, which is good. Calculate, send the McDo. 148, 148, 151, flaps 2, 64. Perfect. Alright, and then do that for now, and then our takeoff landing weight 137.9.
Hi, the security and safety check are all done. Are we good to start boarding?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks like they already got people boarding. We can go low auto brakes here. 12,800 feet of runway. So, very long runway. And then probably a long taxi too. Alright. Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
19,200 pounds. Set eject.
Seat belts.
On.
ADers.
Nav.
Barrow ref.
1018 set.
1018. Set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Okay. Alright, ready for the departure briefing?
Go ahead.
Sweet. So we'll take off runway 31, a very short taxi. We'll go on to Charlie, hold short of runway 31. We might have to backtrack all the way to Alpha 1, and then from there we have 10,991 feet of runway. We do have some hot spots, but the runway, pretty much taxiing on the runway there. Other than that, conditions are good. Winds are kind of calm. We'll have a little bit of a tailwind, leaving about 2 knots tailwind, so it's within limits. Let me put the right departure here. Cool. V1 is 148, VR 148, V2 151. We'll do flaps 2 and flex our takeoff 64 degrees. Again, for any engine failure prior to V1, we'll board at takeoff, and anything after that, we'll continue our takeoff and come back to runway 31. We'll do the Goza 3 Alpha departure. We'll pretty much fly runway heading, climb above 2,500 at 8 miles out from the airport, and then we'll go to the Goza VOR and continue as filed. Alright. We doing flaps too, right? Yes. Flaps 2, thrust reduction, complacency. We're gonna use runway 31. This is good, this is good. Safe. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay. Cool. So let's finish setting this up. So init page is good, flight plan page is good, radio nav. Make sure we have the right departure. We'll verify that now. This is good. Sweet. Let's go ahead and get our squawk code. Clearance is 1216. Go ahead and get our IFR clearance.
Air Malta 612, ready to pick up IFR clearance to Fiumicino.
Fiumicino.
Gozo Tree Delta departure, squawk 6250, Air Malta 612. Roger that, Air Malta 612.
Should be almost done boarding here. Almost done, like 20 more passengers. Let's go ahead and get a speedy departure out of here then. Maybe you can come on. They're done boarding. Sweet.
Hi guys, here's the load sheet for you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Hey guys, all packs are on board. Are we cleared to close?
Yeah, clear to close.
Thanks. Let me know if you need anything.
Alright. Good afternoon, everyone. From the flight deck, we'd like to welcome you to Air Malta's Flight 612 service to Rome. We're looking at on-time departure here, looking at pushing back actually a little bit early. And we'll get you on the ground at Rome around 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for flying with us today. We are going to be climbing up to about 34,000 feet. Estimated time around should be around 1 hour 17 minutes. Winds are coming out from the northwest. And we do ask that you help the cabin prepare for departure by finding your seats and fastening your seatbelts. Weather is pretty calm at the moment. We do have a little bit of winds that we might expect a little bit of bumps on the way out, but it's just smoothing out on our cruise altitude. We do ask that the seatbelt, when the seatbelt signs is turned off, that you do have your seatbelts on while in your seat, as we could expect unexpected turbulence. And we thank you for flying with us. Cabin crew, please arm doors, cross check, stand by for all call. Right, before start check.
Parking brake.
Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 148, VR 148, V2 151, flaps 2, flex temperature 64 degrees. Set and
V1
checked.
148, VR 148, V2 151, flex temp 64 degrees. Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Okay. Go ahead and request push and start.
Air Malta 612 at ramp 6, request pushback.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Pushback approved. Face south, Air Malta 612.
¿Qué pasó?
I feel different.
I guess. Maybe the lighting.
Locking gear.
Company message. Alright. I might turn up the sound. Accept that, yes. What are we waiting for? There we go. That was left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright. Starting engine 2. Starting engine 2.
Okay.
That's the Lufthansa that came in here before us. Brakes set.
Unlocking gear.
Starting engine 1.
Okay.
He's gonna taxi through me. Watch. Oh no.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Two good engine starts. After start checklist, she's got the pin, waving goodbye.
Anti-ice.
Off.
E-cam status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
0% set. 0% set. Set and checked.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After start checklist completed.
Flight controls check.
Ready. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Okay. Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Brake check. And Air Malta 612 ready for taxi.
Pressure 0.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2. Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On and auto. On and auto. Set and checked.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff no blue.
The cabin is now secure
Taxi
for
checklist
takeoff.
completed.
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Tower Air Malta 612 holding short runway 31 on Charlie. Okay. Runway entry procedure.
Approaching. 3, 1.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
Oh boy. We'll probably get this Ryanair in before I take off. He's gonna backtrack in when there's an airplane on final. Alright. We might just witness an air disaster happen right now. Because I can't take the runway. He's backtracking now and he's on final. my C like this right now? Oh my gosh, that was Danza still taxiing and this guy's on final. Well, it didn't clear him to land yet, so he's probably gonna go around. Poor work from the tower controller, honestly.
Traffic, traffic.
Towers, Air Malta 612 ready for departure. Okay. Why are we always waiting whenever we waited at the same time like last time? There's an airplane that took off before us to cut us. Alright, we're next. Ready?
Ready.
Flight attendant seats for takeoff, please. Just do a rolling
Approaching.
takeoff here.
3, 1.
Ready?
Ready.
Alright, takeoff.
Check.
50% is ready
On
set.
runway. 3, 1.
Engines are stable. Man flex 64 degrees, SRS, runway, auto throttle blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Set altitude 17,000. Flaps 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Alright, ECAM, low differential pressure, expect high cabin rate, AC, vertical speed reduce. Okay. Let's reduce the vertical speed then. Can we please slow the airplane down? Thank you. Probably gonna have to go manual with this. Autopilot went on. This is going to be an issue here soon.
Altimeter setting.
We might have to...
Standard cross checked.
5,600 is not
flight
going
level.
down now.
085.
It's because of the freaking
Now.
airplane is climbing up so fast right now. This is why you train in an actual airplane. Let's lower that. Yep. Okay, we're diverting. Alright, cabin crew advise. Max flight level 10,000. Maintain 10,000 here. Set altitude 10,000. We're diverting back to
1,000 to go.
Alright. Okay, we don't need to do the oxygen mask because we are below 14,000. So we're going to go ahead and advise the cabin crew. Let the cabin crew know. We don't need to let the passengers know that, but we're just going to let them know we're going to divert here.
Hi, Anya L1. How can I help you?
Hey Anya, this is Captain here. We're having a bit of an issue with our pressurization system. Seems like it's not sealing properly. We're going to go ahead and divert back to Malta here. Just let the cabin know. Nothing to be worried about. We'll be on the ground and we'll just have to cancel, divert back this flight. Alright. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and go back to Malta. I don't know if they can handle an emergency situation here, so we're just gonna have to let yeah, this is not an ideal situation. So let's see, do I have a FOM? I think there's an FOM. I think I have it on my computer. Alright. Not too sure what the issue is with this. It seems like we just have some sort of issue with our pressurization. And man, I can't look that right now. I can't scroll through that right now. It's gonna be forever. Alright, we're just gonna come in and land and alright, let's set this back to, should be on auto. Yeah, we're not going to continue, especially if we just had an issue. I don't really want to risk it. No, we're not crashing. I want to see if I can actually look up QRH here. Cab crash, low differential PR. Low diff PR. Alright, let's set it back up for the ILS here. And we need to put 110.5, which we already have, sweet. And our minimums, 1018. 431. Temperature is 16. Alright, unfortunately we can't come into Rome right now. We're just gonna cancel this flight, as I don't know what the deal is with this. Do I have any failures activated? Out of curiosity. high brake temperature. That's about it. We're gonna have an overweight landing, so this might be an issue here. And our landing weight at the moment is 0 feet weight, 127.0. We can just put in 144.4, which isn't too bad. We're actually not too overweight. Yeah, I mean it is. We could fly a little bit more to burn off 2,000 pounds of fuel, but I'm not about to do that. Yeah, look at the vertical speed on the cabin pressure. I think we have a failure with our cabin pressurization system here. I'm not even. Let me see what it does. It should close. It's kind of staying open a little bit. All right. Let's go direct to this. Flight attendant already made an announcement. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, just get you an update here. You may have noticed that we turned around back to Malta. We just had some issues with the aircraft here, and we just made the decision to come back to Malta and let our mechanics take a look at it before we continue on over to Rome. We do apologize for any inconvenience. We can assure you that everything is okay, and then we'll be on the ground here soon. Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for arrival, and once you are ready, seats for landing. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
What happens when what happens when I divert? I wonder if it's gonna penalize me. Shouldn't. It was an emergency, so. Did. I'm just gonna run low auto brakes here. Alright, localizers captured. Landing system, there we go. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
Flaps full.
Flaps full.
Gear down.
Gear down. Radar altimeter alive.
Checked. Landing checklist. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Landing no blue. Set and checked. Oh my gosh. Okay. Set and checked.
Landing checklist completed.
Thanks.
Approaching. 3, 1. Continue.
Retard. Drive.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Okay. Yeah, another happy landing. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my pressurization system, but definitely better decision to land than to deal with rapid decompression or hypoxia. I think this was a real world scenario, so I treated it like a real world scenario. Obviously, I'm not fully trained in this aircraft, but I tried my best. Now we gotta think about how are we gonna get these people to Rome. Should I restart the flight? Let's see. Taxi light off. Taxi light off. While I deboard, I'm gonna go ahead and Google what the heck happened to my airplane. Brake set. I'm going to Google this real quick while I...
Passengers bus was spotted.
Alright, I'm going to Google this real quick. Yeah, so interesting. I don't know what happened there. Oh no. Oh no. I know why it happened now. Oh no. You know why that happened? You remember when I opened the window earlier? I forgot to close the window. I forgot to close the window. That's why we had that whole issue happen.
Take that again?
So I took off to my second flight to Rome. And as I took off, like the alarm started going off and saying that the cabin wasn't pressurized, like it wasn't sealing the cabin. And so I decided to come back to land. And as I was trying to figure out what happened, it's because I forgot to close the cockpit window before taking off. I did not run the checklist properly. Well, you live and you learn, right? Everyone's gonna be mad at me. We're just gonna forget about it. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that just happened. That's kind of embarrassing. And that's gonna be a fun one to explain to the chief pilot. That actually that'd be a pretty big issue, honestly. That might actually cost me a job if I do that. But alright, let's guess what we can do is December sheet. We're gonna let maintenance take a look, see if there's any damage to the airplane, and we're just gonna forget this ever happened. That's pretty wild. I was wondering, dude. I was like, why isn't the cabin sealing? And it's because I had this open, man. That's wild, dude. But anyways, I think we're gonna do the leg to Rome. Maybe I'm definitely gonna take a little break, get something to eat, and then we'll do the leg to Rome and then call it a night, because that is wild. Well, yeah. Yes. If I would have just checked my window, all this would not have happened. Yeah, let's take a break, and we'll see what happens next. I'll be right back.
bus is coming.
Our update, guys. I'm gonna call it a night there. Gonna make some food and then just call it a night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sorry about the landing or this second flight. Well, not my intention, but it was still interesting. At least made things interesting. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next one.